Welcome to the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. Hit that like button, guys. We got a lot of work to do. We have a heck of a lot of work to do, guys. Hit that like button. Wait for YouTube to pretty much send out some notifications. That's if they do. I always tell all you guys, check the platform out. Continuing on with our investigation into the Nubreed files. It's getting real bad, man. It just got worse for Nubreed. I know a lot of you Nubreed followers been following everything, and you've been very concerned. A lot of you been tuning into my platform, watching my videos in the clouds. A lot of you made your decisions already, and I want to pretty much bring forth more information and more evidence. Now, we told you that Nubreed is allegedly a part of a Masonic order. He's surrounded by other men that throw up the Masonic hand sign. Nubreed made a video about Miss Erica Kurt the other day, basically claiming that she threw up the devil hand sign, basically claimed that she's a demon and all sorts of stuff. And if you look at his thumbnail, right? If you look at his thumbnail, you see right here, guys, you have what appears to be a guy wearing a bucket hat. He got locks. Basically, that's Nubreed trying to claim that that's me. You see the MAGA hat, bucket hat, clearly with the polo emblem. That's Nubreed continually taking shots at me. But now that I got your attention on this particular live, right? If Nubreed made that video alleging that Charlie Kirk's wife is throwing up the devil hand sign, I want all you viewers to take a look at this. Now remember, Nubreed was featured in a photo with Donald Bradley and a Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington is Yawitaza's, whatchamacallit, keep forgetting his name, father-in-law. So this is a family affair. Now, what if I were to tell you guys that Mr. Washington is throwing up the devil's hand sign? Would you believe me? Or would you say, nah, you lying, Ringo? There's no way. There's no way that the guy that Nubreed hangs out with, that these men would be doing that. Y'all ready for this one? Now again, guys, Nubreed made this video with this thumbnail with Erica Kurt throwing up the sign language for love, right? But Nubreed said that this is the devil's hand sign. So we're going to find out right now if this is true. Why is Nubreed associated with men that do this? Explain this to us, Nubreed. Nubreed. Explain this to us. How is it that Mr. Washington is throwing up the devil hand signs and you are in a photo op with him? Explain this to me. Explain that, Nubreed. Nubreed, explain this. Explain this to us. explain to the YouTube community how you made videos alleging that Charlie Kirk's wife is a Freemason, a devil worshiper, right? And you are in the company of men that are throwing up the devil hand signs. So it went from the Masonic hand sign to the devil hand sign. Explain this, Nubreed. Explain this to us. We want to know. See, when I do my investigation, guys, I do thorough research. I look under every rock. I try to find all the necessary material to pretty much substantiate my claims. I don't play games when it comes to this content, bro. Do you understand me? Nubreed is affiliated with a group of highly connected men in the secret society. And he don't want you guys to pretty much know what's going on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play some tapes because we got a lot of stuff to cover, guys. We got 123 in the building. Y'all got to stop hating and hit the damn like button. Hit that button and stop playing because y'all effing up the show. You here, right? You here for the show, right? Okay, so what are you doing? You know the rules. Hit the like button so YouTube can push the video. What's the point of you being here if you're not going to support the show? Ain't nobody bringing out this info. Who bringing out this info? Who on YouTube is bringing out this info other than me? This is exclusive. Nobody's doing this. I'm the best in the game. Nubreed didn't come on all day. Why? He's nervous because he realized that his viewers are not rocking with him. The only thing he did for the day is he went and he shared Epic Mindsets video in his community section and didn't get no love from his viewers. He ain't get no likes. He ain't get no flood of comments. He ain't get nothing. You know why? Because his viewers are watching me. And his viewers are taking notes of the things that I'm saying, and they're saying, wow, you really are bringing out the truth. They hated me before, but now I got them watching me because I'm making sense. And meanwhile, Rabbit and Nubreed respond to the allegations. Rabbit and Nubreed respond to my video and the things I had to say. Instead, he's dancing around, hiding, and don't want to come outside because I'm on the front line doing this work of the Lord to pretty much expose what's in the dark. How could Nubreed tell you that he's a chosen one and he's hanging out with men that throw up the Satan hand sign? That's the devil hand sign, guys. That's what Nubreed said. So why Nubreed ain't giving the same pushback to his comrades in business? How come he's not doing it, guys? Check it out. I got more. Look at this. Look at this, guys. Mr. Washington throwing up the devil hand sign and the Masonic hand sign. Where is Nubreed to talk about this? Where is he? All of you viewers that are on YouTube that support Nubreed you're supposed to be in shock. You're literally supposed to be like, this, wow. Ringo, I mean, I made fun of you. I insulted you. But dad, bro, you don't be playing, man. You bringing out, man. I know. It's difficult, right? You're in shock. I know. But somebody got to do this work. And all of this is in the public domain, protected under fair use. This is all publicly displayed on Facebook, which is a public sight. Nothing hidden. This is in plain sight. So where are all the Nubreed followers to say, wow, Ringo, I got to give you your flowers on this one, dog. I never liked you. At the same time, dog, you got my attention now. Because when I saw your videos earlier and you showed the clips with the Masonic hand signs, it kind of intrigued me to kind of view. Now you're showing more evidence of satanic hand signs. Bro, Nubreed, you're going to have to answer for this one. You're going to have to answer for this one. You don't see me hanging around people like this. You don't see me doing that. But you see him doing it. Come on, y'all. What's really going on with this? This is crazy. This is crazy, guys. Now check this out. We're going to get to this a little later. Focus on the finish. Top 10 one-star directors with over 200 balanced active ITAs, fast approaching 2-star directors. David Washington, number 1. That's the guy that's in the photo with Nubreed. And all of this is public information, guys. Public information for research, scholarly learning, for your edification. Public information. So he is approaching 2-star director. He may be a 2-star director right now. You see that? A 2-star director, guys, with Planet Marketing. Do you see that? Nubreed said that's the devil hand sign, but he's throwing up the same sign. So what's going on? Notice another troll comes in. Why are you so possessed with Nubreed? Let me put you on the block list because that's where you belong. What's the point of you being here? You don't see this, guys? I'm literally showing the public that Nubreed clearly is involved with people that are not doing things based on the Bible. And the trolls keep coming in to tell me I'm possessed and I'm this and but they watching me. You ever notice anytime I go live, they show up? They say I'm obsessed with him, but they always obsessed with watching me. I'm showing nothing but facts. They mad. Let's get back to the content. So, moving on. Nubreed talked about saints or sinners, evil in disguise. Okay, Nubreed, is this evil in disguise? Where are you, Nubreed? You made a thumbnail for Erica Kurt and Donald Trump saying saints or sinners. You call them saints or sinners. You gave a question. You said evil in disguise in red, which means you believe Trump and Erica Kurt are evil. So, my question, is this evil? Is this evil, Nubreed? Which one is it? Which one is it, Nubreed? Is this evil? Who sits down and take a photo like that with a Masonic hand sign? Come on now. Where are all these haters? Where are you? We're showing you the proof, man. We're showing you 100% evidence. And yet everybody in hiding. Everybody is silent when Ringo comes forward with proof. Right? Now, let's get down to it. And see, here's the thing, guys. This is the beautiful thing about social media. If none of these men are involved in anything that's bad, if none of these men are up to no good, they wouldn't even care about what I got to say. They wouldn't even care. But when somebody got something to hide, when somebody's up to some sort of ungodly activity, oh, things will switch up. You'll see them crashing out, doing weird stuff. Come on now. We just got started, guys. Hit that like button. These likes should be at 150 already. Right? Let's get it, guys. So he got the devil horns throned up. He got the Masonic hand sign. All of this stuff is there. Let me see what else we got. So we got that. We got this right here. Nubreed. Nubreed. I have the full photo, not the crop photo you post. I got the full photo. No wonder you cut your locks. You want it to fit in. Come on now. Absolutely out of this world. Nubreed. Why you are not addressing these issues? You literally are hugged up with men that throw up devil horn signs, Freemason signs, and you want us all to believe that you are a man of God. No, you're not. Just tell the people you sold out. I think people would have more respect for you if you just come into the public and say, look, guys, I got tired of being broke, and I've been in competition with Ringo for too long. I don't know how Ringo's able to survive. And I just figure, hey, I'm competing, I'm coveting everything he does. I just decided to sell out in order to get some ends meet. Just tell the people you sold out. Because I'm trying to protect God's people from men like you that are deceiving them. And I am fed up with you making videos talking about Freemasonry, the Illuminati, hand signs, and all this other junk. And then when we call you out for the people you're associated with, you go hiding. All of a sudden, we don't hear from you. What's going on? We know you watching right now. We know you watching me right now in shock, watching the truth. You want to talk about release the Epstein files and how Trump is this and Trump is that? Man, come out into the light. Right here, we have Planet Marketing income disclosure statement for 2024. This pretty much will give you an insight of what people are being paid, right? You see that? So when you look at this, when you look at the numbers, guys, this is sad. This is sad, guys. Notice it says estimated average hours worked per week. So a gold builder a week, if they work about 15 hours. Now remember, what exactly are they doing for 15 hours? Recruiting. Recruiting. We're not talking about intel travel. We're talking about Planet Marketing. Recruiting. You have to work about 15 hours. The highest they can pretty much make 500,000. We know Nubreed ain't doing that no time soon. The lowest is $400. That's where Nubreed's at. The average, $5,000. You see that? And that's in 2024. We're in 2025. So those numbers probably increased. Nubreed is trying to get to director. Now, Mr. Washington, based on the research that we have, in 2024, he was at the 1-star director position. So it's possible he may be a 2-star director right now. You understand? He could be possibly a 2-star director at this point, which means the highest earning potential for 2-star, it says 40 hours per week, 400,000. The lowest is 21,000. And the average is 67. I believe that's 67,000. Yeah. Right. So this is where a lot of the people, when they come into Planet Marketing, they believe they're going to get to these levels. They ain't getting nowhere. Right. When you see Nubreed traveling, he's not traveling because he's doing anything. He's in class. He's going to these itinerary meetings, these speaking engagements where the new recruits, because I checked out all of the information on Facebook, they post pictures of Nubreed at his initiation, and he most likely had to take the oath, the pledge. That's right. We're going to do another video about the pledge. Nubreed took the pledge. That's the video we're going to do probably tomorrow. I saw all the photos, Nubreed. You had to stand in the back of the room. Wow. That's crazy. Why you ain't post that? Why you ain't post on YouTube your success story of you going out there so the world can see you doing your thing? Why I gotta always do all the work? Why I always gotta come into public and show the people what's going on, the hidden secrets? I got my Sherlock Holmes hat on. All I need is what is it? What he had, a cigar, a pipe, or whatever. I forgot what Sherlock Holmes had. I think I'm missing the glasses too. I'm probably gotta go get me some glasses. Right? Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got, guys. Right here. CEO. Right in the middle, guys. The CEO. That's Donald Bradley, the CEO of Planet Marketing. You see that? He's the CEO. He's Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. Look what it says about Alpha Phi Alpha. Alpha Phi Alpha has a historical connection to Freemasonry, particularly through the Prince Hall Masons, with many early members also being Masons. While both organizations have roots in fraternal traditions, Alpha Phi Alpha is a collegiate fraternity founded in 1906, whereas Freemasonry is a much older secular fraternal organization. Many prominent Alpha Phi Alpha members like Charles Harris, Wesley, and Kelly were also Prince Hall Masons. Alpha Phi Alpha and Freemasonry. Foundational connection. Early members of Alpha Phi Alpha often belong to both organizations. For example, Kelly, the first president of Alpha Phi Alpha's Alpha chapter, was also a 32nd degree Prince Hall Mason. Nubreed. What's going on? Like, how do you get out of this, man? How do you, like, what do you tell your viewers? Like, what do you tell your viewers at this point? It's crazy. When Nubreed is talking about release the Epstein files, Trump, everybody's over there hitting the like button. Y'all having a field day. I'm over here releasing the Nubreed files, and everybody's in hiding. See, when it gets real, the wicked flee when no man pursue. That's right. The wicked flees when no man pursues. Come on now. Right here, Mr. Washington throwing up the devil horns. You have Mr. Bradley. He's throwing up the Masonic hand sign. And good old Nubreed is right there in the middle. Why Nubreed's viewers are not holding him accountable? All I'm asking for is transparency, guys. Look, guys, let's just be honest. If I got caught doing this, y'all would be pissed. Y'all would, first of all, I'll lose a ton of subscribers. I'll lose all my support. All financial support will be gone. Y'all know that. So why is it that you would give Nubreed a pass and yet you would crucify me? I understand a lot of you don't like me, but this truth, you can't deny it. This is right in your face. Anybody rejecting this truth, you're blind. You're telling me that you really hate the truth. It gets worse, guys. I got more info. You thought I was done? I just started. I just started, guys. I'm in a great mood. I'm about to purchase a new hard drive. Hard drive costs about $500. I don't like the fact that I got to spend $500, but I'm happy about it because it puts me in a good mood that I'm going to be setting up my music computer. And I'm just really excited about future projects I'm going to be working on. But this, guys, it gets really, really bad. A lot of you probably never seen what I'm about to show you. You probably never seen it. And there's a heck of a lot more. Are you ready? Let's hear what Nubreed had to say about Charlie Kirk and his wife and Trump. Let's look at that, guys. And then we're going to get into the content, right? Let me bring that info up, because I want to show you how sick this gets. So, let me do this, set the system up. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, Bluetooth is good. Let's see. Volume's good. All right. Okay, everything looked good. Let me get the volume. Hold on, guys. All right. Y'all ready? Put a 1 if you're ready. 1 in the chat if you're ready. Also, hit the like button, guys. We got 200 people. We should have 1,000 people here. I don't know where everybody go. Every time I go live, there's always 200 people in the building. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy. Y'all better come on back at Ringo TV, because we putting in work. We're not playing. Okay, let's listen to this, guys. Let's listen to this, because as I told you, it gets real bad, man. It gets real bad. So let me do this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, here we go. Let's go.
Well, as you can see, you know, we have Erica Kirk being consoled by Donald Trump. And here is where we're going to stop right here. Now, first and foremost, I want y'all to understand that this hand gesture she throws up has multiple meanings. And this is typically how they hide, because in sign language, this actually means I love you. So they're able to hide their symbolism, but those are the truth intelligence community. We have already came to the consensus that this is also, and not even just because of our consensus. If you look in the Masonic handbooks, if you look at Masonry, if you look at Satanism, if you look at some of the symbols and signs that Aleister Crowley abided by, that's the devil sign. That's Satan worship sign, right?
Do you hear him, guys? He said that's the devil's hand sign. You heard Nubreed say it. You heard him. He talked about Crowley, the devil hand sign, satanic. You heard him. Let's rewind it back. Now, before we go there, let me do this, right? Let me see. Let me do that, because I want that to be there, guys. I want that to be there, so we're all on the same page. So now, let's go back here. Let's rewind it back. Let's play it. Let's go.
Masonry. If you look at Satanism, if you look at some of the symbols and signs that Aleister Crowley abided by, that's the devil sign. That's Satan worship sign, right?
Wow.
Now,
okay, right there, Nubreed is telling us that one of his colleagues is clearly involved in Satanism. Come on now. Come on, y'all. Listen, y'all cannot deny this, man. Y'all better give me my damn flowers, bro. Like, for real.
just because of our consensus, if you look in the Masonic handbooks, if you look at Masonry, if you look at Satanism, if you look at some of the symbols and signs that Aleister Crowley abided by, that's the devil sign. That's Satan worship sign, right? Now,
the one who made that photo is Nubreed, the dude that's in that video that you see us reviewing. He's the one who put up that photo. He's anti-Trump, anti-America, anti-Charlie Kirk, anti-Charlie Kirk wife. All this man do is try to drag Trump all day. That's all he do. He made that disgusting photo, right? So, again, let's rewind it back, guys, for context. Let's listen to what Nubreed said about the hand gesture and everything else. Let's go.
Typically how they hide, because in sign language, this actually means I love you. So they're able to hide their symbolism, but those are the truth intelligence community. We have already came to the consensus that this is also, and not even just because of our consensus. If you look in the Masonic handbooks, if you look at masonry,
would you tell Mr. Washington that? Nubreed? Nubreed, would you tell Mr. Washington, Yawitaza's father-in-law, would you tell him that to his face? Would you do that? I don't think you would do that. I think you're a coward. I don't think you would do that. But you see, what this video does, what this video proves, is that you're really not a man of God. A real man of God would have called out Mr. Washington already. You would have disassociated yourself already, but you haven't. And we got so many receipts.
You look at Satanism. If you look at some of the symbols and signs that Aleister Crowley abided by, that's the devil sign. That's Satan worship sign, right?
So if he said that Satan worship hand sign now, that would mean that the man he's connected to is worshiping Satan. I'm not saying that. Nubreed said that. Do you hear me? Nubreed said that. Let's rewind it back. His words, not mine. I never said that Mr. Washington worshiped the devil. I did not say that. Nubreed said that. Why? Listen at the tape, guys.
And not even just because of our consensus. If you look in the Masonic handbooks, if you look at masonry, if you look at Satanism, if you look at some of the symbols and signs that Aleister Crowley abided by, that's the devil sign. That's Satan worship sign, right? Now, without going too deep into this, I'm going to let you know. And we may go a little deep. We may go a little deep right here, right? First and foremost, we got to look at all the red. This whole ceremony, I just kept looking at how much red they got going on in this whole ceremony. Now
guys, Nubreed talked about all this red in the ceremony and all this goofy stuff, red, and all this mumbo jumbo, right? He's telling you about red. Guys, this man is the biggest hypocrite in town. Let's listen to what he said about red, and then we're going to play some receipts. And I want you to decide what you believe. Let's get back at the tape, guys. We're going to focus on red and find out what Nubreed does with red.
Foremost, we got to look at all the red. This whole ceremony, I just kept looking at how much red they got going on in this whole ceremony. Now, I want y'all to understand what red symbolizes in ancient Roman culture. All right. See, ladies and gentlemen, the Romans gave red a very sacred political significance, which ties to directly in today's day when you really look at it. See, in color, there's power, there's authority. Roman generals and emperors, they wore what? Red cloaks, right? To display what? Military power. Red banners were raised before battles to what? Unite the soldiers and strike fear into their enemies. See, blood of the arena is what red represents. In the gladiatory games, feature blood sacrifices in the Colosseums were symbolized by what? Red, symbolizing the life of public spectacle, right? And spilling of blood, bloodletting. You know, the masses were entertained through blood sacrifices in ancient Roman culture. And so I'm telling you, we really got to decipher the codes because they speak through their colors too, man.
He said they speak through their colors, red.
Once you become symbol literate, you can really see it. You know, the masses were entertained in the political arena as well. You know, we see that today. And also red pushes emotional energy, high levels of.
He said red pushes emotional energy. Let's get a couple of things on the screen, guys. We got, this is a video with Nubreed, all in red. You see that? Nubreed is wearing all red. Red hoodie, red hat, and the background on his TV is all in red. Let me play this a little bit so you can see what happens. You see the lightning on the video? You see that? That's Nubreed. I have the volume off. I just want to see. He got a red light, red hoodie, red hat, red on the screen because he was crashing out in these videos talking about me. But he just told you that all of this stuff is satanic. He just told you that all of this stuff deals with darkness and evil. But yet, look at what he's doing. Do you see that? Oh, we got more. Let's go. Right here. In this video clip, this is where Nubreed came to YouTube and started to air out all of my DM messages. I never did this. He did. Because he came to YouTube with all the drama. Look, you see my name? That's my name, Donald. You see that? Those are my DM messages. Nubreed aired this out on his entertainment channel. And look at what he's wearing, guys. Red. All red. He's wearing all red, guys, with the same TV showing lightning bolts. Look at that, guys. Do you see this? 2 video clips with him wearing nothing but red, but he's telling you about symbolisms of red and how it means evil. So let's let those videos play while he talks about the color red. We're going to let those things play so that we could get all of the information about red. Check it out.
Military power. Red banners were raised in color that ties to directly into, all right? See, ladies and gentlemen, the Romans gave red a very sacred political significance, which ties to directly in today's day when you really look at it. See, in color, there's power, there's authority. Roman generals and emperors, they wore what? Red cloaks, right? To display what? Military power. Red banners were raised before battles to what? Unite the...
Shout out to Brainwaves for the $5 support. Says Yawitazar's father is in a fraternity that reps red. Wow, Kappa Newts. Man, I just demolished his narrative. Did you go live earlier? Because I didn't even get... if you went live, I didn't get no notification. I'll check out your video after and watch it on the replay. Let me know if you actually went live earlier. So, guys, let's get back to the content. Nubreed is talking about the color red, but yet he's wearing red in 2 videos crashing out on me. Matter of fact, when he was in his car crashing out, cussing me out, he was all in red.
Ceremony. Now, I want y'all to understand what red symbolizes in ancient Roman culture. All right. See, ladies and gentlemen, the Romans gave red a very sacred political significance, which ties to directly in today's day when you really look at it. See, in color, there's power, there's authority. Roman generals and emperors, they wore what? Red cloaks, right? To display what? Military power. Red banners were raised before battles to what? Unite the soldiers and strike fear into their enemies. See, blood of the arena is what red represents.
He said red is used to strike fear in their enemies. Nubreed is a warlock. That's why he have all red. He understands the occult, guys. Look at the TV in the background with dark red clouds with lightning flashing. He got red LEDs, red hoodie, red hat. This man even put red behind that stand that's on the wall. Red everywhere. That's blood. He want blood. That's all evil. But he's telling you about what's the occult and Romans and what the Illuminati is doing. Guys, this guy is satanic.
In the gladiatory games, feature blood sacrifices in the Colosseums were symbolized by what? Red, symbolizing the life of public spectacle.
Public spectacle. That's why he did these videos about me. It was about a public spectacle. Guys, when I tell you I am breaking down these videos, why do you think Nubreed is on a hiatus? Because I'm doing my job. He cannot stand me, bro. Like, he's watching me right now. He'll tell you, I'm not worrying about him. I can't control what he do. That dude is watching me right now, pulling his hair out. Well, he don't got no hair, but he's literally going out of his mind. And all he got to do is just come in the public and just tell everybody he's sold out. That's all he got to do. Tell the people the truth. Don't lie. Don't gaslight these viewers acting like you a man of God. He's talking about red, but yet look at all that red in the background, guys. He's all in red. All in red. But talking about public a spectacle, that is what he tried to do with me when he kept crashing out, making a bunch of videos. And I'm going to play all these videos for you guys to hear. Watch.
Right? And spilling of bloodletting. You know, the masses were entertained through blood sacrifices in ancient Roman culture. And so I'm telling you, we really got to decipher the codes because they speak through their colors too, man.
And that's what Nubreed did through his colors right there, guys. We're literally deciphering the code. It's right in your face. Wow.
And once you become symbol literate, you can really see it. You know, the masses were entertained in the political arena as well. You know, we see that today. And also red pushes emotional energy, high levels of emotional energy. Rome and the beast, prophecy, scriptural. The Bible compares the end times Roman Empire as a scarlet red tapestry. So why do we keep getting this red, scarlet red? The Roman soldiers who crucified Christ were draped in red, symbolizing mockery, power through violence.
Wow, this is crazy.
Matter of fact, in Matthew 27 and 28, it reads, and they stripped him and put on a red scarlet robe. So this is tied to Rome and
you out at Maryland? You out? Okay. Appreciate you stopping by. I don't know if you just came in or you're saying you're leaving. I'm not sure. You said good night, so I don't know. So let's get back to the content.
Authority. This is tied to Roman authority, right? So you got to understand that this is what the Romans always done. All right. This is what they always done. Yep. And you know, you see the symbolism. Like, you know, I personally agree that this is a satanic sign, and that's my opinion on the situation.
Do you hear that?
Satanic sign, and that's my opinion on the situation. And
he said it's a satanic sign, and that's his opinion on the situation.
The right to believe what y'all want to believe, right? And also, I want to point out the fact, and we're going to go back into the etymology of all of this, right? We definitely are, right? I want to also point out the fact that
there's really nothing else there, but my point is very clear. Nubreed told you that the color red symbolizes all these evil things: blood sacrifice, rituals, death, public spectacle, rage, anger, all of these negative things. Yet, when we look at the screen, he have multiple videos on his entertainment channel where all he do is crash out about me. When you folks be like, oh, Nubreed don't mention your name. Nubreed never talks about you. Nubreed crashed out 1,000 times. You know what I'm saying? He recently re-uploaded all his videos all over again. But he said that he moved on. He's not involved in nothing. But he recently republished all his crash out videos. See, I literally keep tabs on a lot of things just so I can inform the public on exactly what's going on. He's not a man of his word. He is always thinking about me 24 hours a day because he knows the documentary is coming out. And he knows that. He don't want to respond about the Planet Marketing situation he's in. He don't want to respond to none of the videos that I made so that he can respond to the public on what he's doing. We clearly see he's around men throwing up Masonic hand signs. He won't respond to that. Now I'm bringing out the fact that these men are throwing up devil horn signs. He ain't going to respond to that either. He's going to continue to act as if though he don't know what's going on. You know, I'm the one releasing the documentary. The documentary will come out when it come out. All right. So please, nobody don't ask me when it's coming out and all this other goofy stuff. Subscribe to the channel and watch. When it come out, it come out. The documentary is going to show you everything. It's going to break down all the stuff that happened with why all of this stuff is going on right now. Nubreed literally fell out with all the brothers and have never repented of his evil ways. And he grew worse and worse and worse over the years. And it gotten to the point now where he pivoted over now into what appears to be Freemasonry. And he don't want the public to know the truth. He want to continually hide. So now that he said all of that stuff about Charlie Kirk's wife, devil hand signs, the color red, let's listen to the wonderful things that Nubreed said about me. So you can see and hear with your own ears what Nubreed is about. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button. You're going to hear the most shocking bit of information ever shared on YouTube from Nubreed. The reason why Nubreed even tried to connect with me was so he can use me for UP Farms. We got the receipts. Let's get to those tapes, guys. Let's get to those tapes. Let me take this off the screen. Give me a minute, guys. Let me take this off the screen. And let's put this up here. So, first thing first, we're going to pause this video. And then we're going to go to the other one. I want you to hear what he had to say, guys. You ready? Let's go.
Let's talk about this, y'all. So you see the thumbnail on your screen, right? This is nasty work, by the way. I'm getting real good on camera, right? Now I want y'all to look at your screens here. This is educational right here, learning moment. So on the left side of your screen, there's a little boy, right? Now this little boy represents two characters. Yeah, that's right. The little boy represents Ringworm, the spiritual parasite, as a child. And it also represents his imaginary son. Now, his imaginary son still hangs around and he tries to live vicariously through him, right? Yeah, I know that's some crew. That's cold. Ooh, that's cold, Nubreed.
Now, think about this, guys. I have no sons. I have 4 daughters. Nubreed made a crash out video that he took down because he's a coward, where he said, my bloodline will end with me, that I will never have a son. He just started going off in his car. You will never have a son. Never, never. Start going crazy. I'm like, what the heck is going on with this guy with this son stuff? Why is he so worried about me and a son? That's the devil. That's the devil. The greatest fear of the devil is Ringo TV having a son. That's his fear, because I'm that powerful. So having a son means my line continues in the earth. That's what he's afraid of. So listen to him carefully. Let's rewind back the tape. And I want you to see how evil, wicked, and cruel his mind is. Let's go. Let's hear if this is a man of God.
So let's talk about this, y'all. So you see the thumbnail on your screen, right? This is nasty work, by the way. I'm getting real good on camera, right? Now I want y'all to look at your screens here. This is educational right here, learning moment. So on the left side of your screen, there's a little boy, right? Now this little boy represents two characters. Yeah, that's right. The little boy represents Ringworm, the spiritual parasite, as a child. And it also represents his imaginary son. Now his imaginary son still hangs around and he tries to live vicariously through him, right? Yeah, I know that's some crew. That's cold. Ooh, that's cold, Nubreed. That boy diabolical. So that represents his imaginary son, because he will never have any sons, right? Because
you heard that? Imagine a man making a video and saying he will never have any sons. What's in his heart? That's extreme hate. Some of y'all probably never heard that before. Some of y'all probably so shocked that pissed you off that he would even say that. Like, why would you even say that? That's the devil's tongue. Let's go.
That represents his imaginary son, because he will never have any sons, right? Because he's can't raise men, because he has a lot of feminine tendencies, which we'll get to that later, right? Now, you got this little boy that, he tries to live vicariously through, even as a grown man. But really, it's just the son that he never had. Damn. And then the character in the middle, that's the real ringworm. That's the real ringworm right there. Like, that's the real him. Socially awkward, goofy, frumpy, weird. Nobody likes me. When I used to play the piano as a kid, they used to walk by in the projects and nobody gave me attention. This the hurt little boy that's still trying to be a man, So right there in the middle, you got the character that's actually him. And then we got Lingo Scissorhands. Oh man, this guy here. Sheesh. This is the internet guy who likes to cut things up, He likes to cut people up. It's a damn psychopath, y'all. Narcissistic, vengeful, unforgiving, wrathful, spiteful, plots. Downright damn demonic. You see that guy right there? That's the guy behind the mask. That Jason mask on the channel? That's him right there. Yeah, that's the alter ego. Now, when we talking about this character here, he's obsessive. Now, Lingo Scissorhands. Now, I'm gonna tell you, when we helped this brother move, I think he might have showed up. He was real serious about his lawn. Real serious about his lawn. I mean, look, while we were unloading his truck, some lady dog walked up.
Now, based on all of that, ladies and gentlemen, it is very clear that this man is a narcissist. He's crazy. Vile, evil, everything he said about me, that's him. Literally projecting his evil on me. And I'm showing you the nice things he said. These are the nice things he had to say about me. It gets worse. We got more for you guys. Let me get this. Give me a minute. Boom, boom, boom. Let me take this off the screen. Let's get this video. This is crazy. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss this, guys. Now, for context, this clip here, Nubreed went to social media and aired out all my DM messages. I never came to YouTube to talk about the fallout. I never came to YouTube to share nothing with nobody. Never did. Nubreed was the first person to come on YouTube to talk about everything. And he did this on his Nubreed Entertainment channel. He didn't do it on his big channel. So nobody knew what was going on. He would do videos, then he would delete them. Do videos, delete them. Do videos, hide them. Private, hide them, put on Patreon. Nobody had no clue that he was throwing out videos, throwing shade, dissing. But when he go back to his big channel, he would be online. Hey, chosen ones, the Most High want us to be blessed. And then in the night, he crashing out on his other channel. And nobody knew. What you see here is my DM messages. That's not me putting them there. That's Nubreed. Nubreed literally have my messages on the screen. Look at my name right there. You see it right there? It says Donald. That's me on Instagram. Notice I'm highlight. So he's literally playing private DM messages that I sent to him. You know how the Bible says when you have an issue with a brother, go to him privately? Well, that's what I did. So why is he in the public playing my messages? when I went to him privately so we could resolve our issues. And keep in mind, he said he never listened to them. So it would be wrong if you never listen to these messages to be pressing play in a public setting, not realizing what I'm going to say. I could be saying personal things that's for your ears, but you're letting it play in the public for everybody, for entertainment. The man is no good. Let's listen to this tape right here, guys. This is diabolical. Nubreed had call-in shows, guys. Remember, he's supposed to be a biblical man. He had a call-in show allowing total strangers to come on the air to talk crap about me. That's not going to help you resolve an issue with another man. Look at this, guys. Watch this. Hold on.
I'm gonna take her advice. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get one more because I see a brother in the chat. I think he got something to say. I'm gonna let him speak his piece, and then we're gonna keep going.
All right. I'm not stupid. I'm not saying nothing stupid.
All right, what's up? What up?
What I can say is, from day one with Ringo's content, it made me uncomfortable. I only went to his channel because of Nubreed, which is you. I didn't really care for his content. And the first video I heard, some guy earlier, the first guy said something about how he talks about black women. The way he spoke about black women in the first video I saw about him, and it was in 2023.
Now, let's get some context here because clearly the phone calls that Nubreed was getting on that night, everybody that was calling in, all of the men, were like this. Every last one. Everybody that was calling in on a Nubreed show was like this. That's how they were. The guy that you see there on the screen, he's like this. His focus is black women. He's talking about the year 2023. When did the fallout happen? You see the difference? When did the fallout happen? 2024. That's when the fallout happened. So he went way before. So this is somebody that don't even like me. But his first attempt is to talk about black women. Because his mind, he think like a female. Keep that in mind for context purposes. Let's get back to the tape and think about this. Nubreed is allowing this guy to speak. And he's in red too. Let's get back to it. Hold on. Let me rewind it back. Let's go.
All right. I'm not stupid. I'm not saying nothing stupid.
What's up? What up?
What I can say is, from day one with Ringo's content, it made me uncomfortable. I only went to his channel because of Nubreed, which is you. I didn't really care for his content. And the first video I heard, some guy earlier, the first guy said something about how he talks about black women. The way he spoke about black women in the first video I saw about him, and it was in 2023. It was in 2023. I was at the gym. I said, man, Nubreed keeps saying, Ringo TV reacts. Okay, let me click on his. I clicked on his newest video. He's talking crazy. And then the sound effects were weird. And then like the mask was weird. And it was just everything. I was thinking to myself, like, why would Nubreed even endorse this guy? But then
think about that, guys. Think about what he just said. I don't know why Nubreed would endorse this guy as if though I'm a politician and Nubreed endorsed me to be president. Think about that. But watch this, guys. Listen to what the guy said. Because what he said, Nubreed agreed with it. Watch this. This is crazy.
Nubreed even endorsed this guy. But then I was like, you know what? He must be like working on a limited potential farms, or there has to be some reason why he was, mess with this dude, because it's like the way he speaks, even through YouTube.
Think about what he just said right there, guys. He said, why would Nubreed even endorse this guy? And he said, it must be because you're doing UP farms, and that's probably the only reason why you was really messing with this guy, because I don't know, why would you even be caught with this guy other than trying to get money for UP farms? Are you getting it, guys? Are you seeing the play? Let's rewind that back so that you can all get the knowledge. Let's go. Let me rewind it back. And again, think about who that guy is on the screen. Think about how the fact that Nubreed have him on. Nubreed is not telling him he's acting effeminate. Nubreed not telling him nothing. Nubreed letting him rock out.
He must be like working on a limited potential farms. Or
wait, let me rewind it. Let's go.
Even endorsed this guy, but then I was like, you know what? He must be like working on. It was weird, and it was just everything. Right. I was thinking to myself, like, why would Nubreed even endorse this guy? But then I was like, you know what? He must be like working on a limited potential farms, or there has to be some reason why he was, mess with this dude, because it's like the way he speaks, even through YouTube, and YouTube is really easy to put up a facade. But the way he speaks, even through YouTube, it shows you something is disturbing about him. It was something, and then to hear this, and I came in the middle of the beef, so I didn't even really know the extent to what happened. And for you to talk about you moving from New York to North Carolina, you'd be lucky that all the $1,000 is all you get charged, or even like $1,200.
Man, you lucky $3,500, because actually they were going to charge him $7,000.
U-Haul would never.
The brother's ungrateful for one, because it would have saved.
He's entitled.
Entitled, that's the word, bro.
He's entitled. He sounds like a woman. And to think that he has kids.
Imagine this dude said that I sound like a woman. This dude said that I sound like a woman. That's crazy. Let's rewind that back. This is sick. And Nubreed co-signed everything he said.
Man, the brother's ungrateful for one, because it would have saved.
He's entitled.
Entitled, that's the word, bro.
He's entitled. He sounds like a woman. And to think that he has kids, man.
It's crazy stuff, man.
Who's leading this new generation, bro?
Well, look, I'm going to say this. I want to apologize to all my people for promoting that bozo. And I know it wasn't easy for y'all to keep hearing this man talk about heavy meats all damn day.
I couldn't even get that far.
The heavy meat thing was great.
Did you hear Nubreed say he apologized to his viewers for promoting meat? Did y'all get that? And remember, Nubreed is the same one who made a video that's still on his platform where he said, I'm his big brother, and how I should be at 1 million subscribers, and how I literally helped teach him how to be who he is on YouTube. He's telling his viewers, I apologize for promoting that bozo. Guys, can you not see that this man is no good? Let's go.
Bozo. And I know it wasn't easy for y'all to
listen.
New generation, bro.
Well, look, I'm going to say this. I want to apologize to all my people for promoting that bozo. And I know it wasn't easy for y'all to keep hearing this man talk about heavy meats all damn day.
I couldn't even get that far.
The heavy meat thing was crazy because.
And then they saying in the chat that he might be GAY.
I don't know, man. All I can say is I don't know. And
you know what's so crazy, guys? While they were having this weirdo conversation together, right? Nubreed brought up a conversation me and him was having in the truck where I was talking about women from my old job. You know how men talk their talk about, this woman they were with and that woman they was talking to. You know, men talk. Watch what this man do in this particular video clip. And keep in mind, and brother Brainwaves, he know that we both got the videotape. Brainwaves was the first to get the tape and release it, where Nubreed talked about how he smashed four different women in 1 week, and how he was pissy drunk, smoking weed, literally just taking advantage of women. Listen to what Nubreed do in this clip here. I never seen men do this. I never seen men come on social media to tell the world. Nubreed, Ringo was in the truck talking about, some woman or girl, whatever, he used to mess with at the job. And, he's telling me this. And, I'm a grown man. I don't want to hear about your escapades with some woman. I don't want to hear that. I've never seen a dude talk like that, bro. Very highly suspect. Check this out. Look at this.
I can't speak to that because I ain't never been around this man.
Now, keep in mind, let's rewind. Because the dude below basically said that I'm gay. Imagine that, guys. The dude that Nubreed is literally talking to, who clearly is like this, just told Nubreed, I might be GAY. Listen to it. This is crazy. Let's go.
I don't know, and I can't speak.
Wait, let me wind it. Here we go.
That fuck, I can't.
Yeah, the heavy meat thing was crazy because,
and then they saying in the chat that he might be GAY.
I don't know, man. All I can say is I don't know, and I can't speak to that because
I can't speak to that. The other day you said that I'm a homosexual in your video. I forgot the title of the video. He said in one of his videos the other day, I forgot what title it is. I know I downloaded it. I just forgot which title it is. This dude said that I'm a homosexual. He said the same thing about Trump. He likes calling everybody homosexuals. I don't know why, but normally when people do that type of stuff, normally they're like this. Anytime you see men always calling other men gay, they're actually gay. That's just the way it is, guys. They project what they are onto others. Let's go.
I've been around this man that much. I met him twice, and I ain't never been around him while he was doing any homosexual acts or corporate.
Bro, with you telling
I can't.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
You know what I'm saying? I can't speak to that. You know what I'm saying?
And then you're saying the stories about how he's talking about women in the. You said you guys were like sitting somewhere and he's speaking on some woman he used to work with in a derogatory.
The dude in the video clearly is moving like a woman. Because men don't say, oh, yeah, Ringo, he was talking about he was with some woman and he was with. Men don't do that. Men never talk like that. But watch how Nubreed interacts with it and entertains it. Listen to this, guys. I'm going to wind it back, right? And a commercial most likely will come on and it's going to get loud. I would have to shut the volume down real fast, but I don't know when the commercial comes in, right? Let me see. This is clock 8:17. Let me fast forward it. 8:17. So the commercial comes in around. What is that? 5:48. Okay. Comes around 5:48. So let me do this.
The heavy meat thing was crazy because.
And then they saying in the chat that he might be GAY.
I don't know, man. All I can say is I don't know, and I can't speak to that because I ain't never been around this man that much. I met him twice, and I ain't never been around him while he was doing any homosexual acts or corporate.
Bro, with you telling
I can't.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
You know what I'm saying? I can't speak to that. You know what I'm saying?
And then you're saying the stories about how he's talking about women in the. You said you guys were like sitting somewhere and he's speaking on some woman he used to work with in a derogatory. Yeah. It's just like a lot.
He's just talking about how he was running through these bras, but he was saying it in a context of, yo, you know what I'm saying? I wish I can go back to the job. I miss it. I miss it.
Yeah, right. He wants to go back to his ways.
Yeah, so if you was whoremongering, because them women ain't your wives, if you was whoremongering and you wish you going back to it, you're not really repenting of that. I'm a grown ass man. I don't want to hear about your sex page. That's weird, bro. I don't. We older now, bro. We
that's not creepy.
Yeah, that's weird stuff. So I'm like, bro, I'm just like, oh, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Yeah. But
look at how comfortable Nubreed is talking with this dude. That right there is suspect. A real man would have cut that off right away.
He want to keep. I apologize. The man kept doing heavy meat and all that. If we would have came out with a store for him, right? If he would have had a love note site, I don't even know what kind of. I really now thinking back, I don't know what kind of merch we would have gave him.
Think about this, guys. This is why Mark the Messenger distanced himself from Nubreed, because Nubreed tried to get Mark the Messenger to be with that love note stuff, selling merch on these websites. I just didn't want to have nothing to do with it. At one point, I was contemplating getting involved with that stuff, but I just didn't understand like this whole love note system on this website stuff. I didn't want nothing to do with that mess. But listen to how he's talking about he wouldn't know what kind of merch I would sell. Would I sell heavy meat shirts? When I tell you, this man wanted to use me for UP Farms. He wanted to use me for that love note system garbage. This man wanted money. He didn't want friendships. He didn't want brotherhood. It was all a hustle, guys. Stay out of business with this dude. Do not do business with this man. He is no good. Trust me.
I don't even know what kind of. I really now thinking back. I don't know what kind of merch we would have gave him. A T-shirt that said "Heavy Meat." I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's weird.
He was too random. I like what one. I want to say two things because I know you said everybody gets 5 minutes. I want to respect that.
Listen to this, guys, because he asked Nubreed two important questions. And at first, Nubreed tried to dodge the question, but listen carefully, man.
All right.
So, first question and I know a lot of people want to know this because Nubreed, we pay attention to you. I was listening to I like your Wittazah, and it's crazy.
It's very clear. Listen, guys, it's very clear this guy's like this. Very, very clear, right? He said he likes your Wittazah, right? He said we listen to you. These people worship Nubreed. When you see these people talk, that's Nubreed's audience. They don't follow God. Nubreed's audience is weird like him. They're just like him. He attracts the same kind of narcissists just like him. When you see them call in, those are the people. If you look at that video in its entirety, all the people that was calling in, all weirdos, all of them. It's crazy how YouTubers literally attract weird people just like them. You know what I mean? So if you're an intelligent content creator, you most likely attract people that are intelligent. Let's go.
Notice because Nubreed, we pay attention to you. I was listening to I like your Wittazah, and it's crazy how all these guys you promoted, I've only taken to your Wittazah, but he ended up being the only guy that was kind of thorough. So it was like crazy to see that, or not the only guy, but Brandon T. Jackson, he kind of flipped. Ringo flipped. A couple other guys flipped. And it's just like...
Now watch this. The guy's going to talk about some Brandon T or something like that. Nubreed's going to try to cut this guy off because he don't really want no beef with nobody else. Watch this.
I just want to know, and I'm sure the rest of the chat wants to know, what did you see in the first place?
I don't have no issue with Brandon T. Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, but I saw something out of him. He's talking about, I seen things out of him where he seems like he faked his laugh at some Netflix special. Like, I saw some things and he has a Netflix special, and I don't think he was really speaking too much on the truth, even though you don't have to. But it's just like, I see a lot of selective.
Right, but let's keep him out of this.
Yeah, let's keep everyone out. But let's
keep that one out because I don't know nothing about it.
Let's talk about Mr. Ringworm. What did you see that you liked about him to make you put your support in him in the first place?
Man, doing this community work, there's not a lot of people who align themselves with what we're doing.
Right.
Listen.
And the interesting part about it is I reached out to the whole community once we got access.
Hold on, I told you that commercial was coming in. Hold on, let me fast forward. I forgot the time. Hold on. Now keep in mind, he's telling this guy what made him take notice of Ringo TV. This man started talking about UP Farms. So what does that say? Nubreed was never a friend. Nubreed didn't see none of us content creators as brothers in the truth. Nubreed saw us as opportunities to get paid. That's what he's seen. He ain't say, oh, well, I knew Ringo on YouTube for a long time. He's an OG. Remember the video that Nubreed made? I could literally pull it up where the dude was praising me like crazy. He ain't say, yeah, he's an OG. He been on YouTube since 2006. He put in a lot of work. Real powerful brother. He ain't say none of that. The first thing he brought up was UP Farms. That was his motives, guys. The whole issue with him trying to link up with all these content creators was strictly so that he can get paid off of us promoting UP Farms. That's what it was all about that. Let's go.
Not only to the land in Africa, but
major move.
Yeah, but also the land in North Carolina.
Major move.
I wanted other content creators to be involved because at the end of the day, I don't want to be labeled some cult leader and I'm the only one trying to get land for our people.
It's the paranoia
of our people. So when people, started, when Ringo aligned himself with what we were doing, I'm like, yo, that's what's up. If you want to get involved, let me help. You know what I'm saying? Let the brother get involved. The more content creators talking about it, the better.
Do you see that, guys? He wanted to use us content creators. This is why Mark the Messenger made a smart move and pretty much distanced himself from Nubreed. Mark the Messenger was the first one to distance himself from Nubreed because he saw the writing on the wall. Remember, Mark the Messenger has more to lose. He had over 700,000 subscribers during that time, and he was like, nah, I ain't trying to get involved in this. You ain't gonna mess up what I got going on. I'm good over here. I don't need no UP Farms. I don't need to be involved with nothing you got going on. I'm making my money. I got my family. I'm good. And Nubreed got upset when Mark the Messenger pulled up on my live chat and basically was like, yo, Nubreed was trying to press me for money. He kept asking me for money. I was like, what? Everybody was in shock. We couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe that Nubreed was trying to hustle this guy for money. Same way he tried to hustle me for money. Same way he tried to hustle everybody for money. This is crazy work, bro. Absolutely crazy. Let's one on his back. Hit that like button, fam. We need 200 likes. Let's go.
Let me help. You know what I'm saying? Let the brother get involved. The more content creators talking about it, the better. I didn't know that it was gonna come with all this drama. I didn't know it was gonna come with all this craziness and madness. So
and keep in mind, this man is airing out my DM messages in the public. I never did that. I never aired out nothing. Look at all my DMs, bro. This dude was online airing out DM messages when these messages was sent to him so we could resolve our differences privately. That's why I sent those messages. Instead, he turned it into a public spectacle and then told everybody that I came on social media first. No, I did not. I didn't bring nothing online. Anybody that communicate with me on social media, no. I always use voice notes. That's how I communicate. I don't talk by no phones, guys. I don't have a bunch of cell phones in my contacts. I don't do that. I speak via voice notes. That's where I can have everything recorded and documented. Because on social media, having receipts of what was said is very important. Very, very important. You know what I mean? If I don't know you like that, then we ain't even exchanging numbers. Number one, if I don't know you like that. You know what I'm saying? So that was the way we communicated all the time. But when I sent those messages, Nubreed came online. He was like, man, I ain't listening to no voice notes. I'm a grown man. And I'm saying to myself, dog, the DMs is filled with nothing but us communicating about YouTube, about this, about that, all through voice notes. That's how we communicated all the time. So when he made it seem like me sending these messages was like something dumb, I'm like, bro, you wilding out. He never followed the scriptures. The scripture says if you have an issue with a brother, go to him privately. That's what I did. I did everything by the book. The man decided to come into the public and turn it into a show. He lied about everything. When the documentary dropped, your jaw gonna drop because you're gonna be like, my goodness, I can't believe I believed that dude. Yes, you're gonna see everything. You're gonna understand the truth. You're gonna realize what went down from my perspective because I never told the story yet. I never shared the story. I made a couple of videos. I did this, I did that, but I never broke down the information from the DM's perspective, from the receipts perspective. This man made a lie and said, as soon as we landed down in North Carolina, first thing I did is go grab my lawnmower and started mowing the yard. Total lie. 100% lies. Think about this. We just came from a long trip. Everybody's supposed to be tired. How I look jumping off a truck, grabbing a lawnmower. It don't make sense. And the receipts will show that when I actually mowed the front part of the yard, that was in the afternoon at 3:27 p.m. We got into North Carolina at 11 a.m. And when I started to use my mower, that was when Nubreed, baby mama, and my wife went to go rent a car because they were ready to leave. Do you understand me? Pretty much, work was already done. They were just literally wrapping up the show. She went to go rent the car. We went on break. I went to go mow my yard. Nubreed said, as soon as I got off the truck, I went to mowing. And everybody believed the story. All of it is lies. And I have receipts to prove this. That's what's going to make him look so bad. He lied about everything. Anything he told you, lies. He told you he was driving through the Bronx. I never lived in the Bronx. I don't live in the Bronx. Never lived in the Bronx. So how could he be driving a truck through the Bronx when I lived in Brooklyn? Come on now. This is what he did, guys. It's a lot to the story. The documentary is going to reveal every single thing, guys. Let's get back to the video. Let's go.
It just is what it is.
And all right, so I get that. And you know, sometimes when you're on a narrow path, you do kind of want somebody behind you in your corner that just helps spread the message. So I get that.
Right.
And the last thing I wanted to say is I don't know if you decided to do this out of like I don't know if you understand color theory, but the fact that you have red.
Listen, guys, listen. This is beautiful. Remember, Nubreed told you that the color red, is about the occult, blood sacrifice, evil, masquerades, all this evil stuff. Watch how, isn't it ironic that guy is bringing up the color red? Listen to this, guys. It's getting crazy in here. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's go.
I need to do this out of like, I don't know if you understand color theory, but the fact that you have red everywhere and you're doing this stream in a way where this is like fury, or not fury, but you're coming down with the wrath of the Most High is what you said.
Think about this. The guy said you're coming down with the wrath of the Most High. Imagine, Dusty Breed is literally believing that he's executing the wrath of the Most High. This dude believed that Nubreed is executing the wrath of the Most High in red. Nubreed is doing the same thing he said about the Romans with red. The same thing, guys. And you're wondering why he's affiliated with alleged Freemasonry? You're wondering why he's affiliated with men throwing up devil horns? You're wondering why? For those of you that are in the show and you just now showed up, right? Let me show you this. Those of you that just showed up and you probably have no idea what's going on. We were talking about this video that Nubreed made where he was talking about Charlie Kirk's wife throwing up the devil horns. But yet, right, let's look at Nubreed's colleagues. Check this out. That's Nubreed. Nubreed, literally featured in a photo with Yawitazah, Mr. Bradley, and Mr. Washington. Mr. Washington on the far left is throwing up the devil hand signs. The devil hand signs. And he is connected to Nubreed. And Mr. Washington is Yawitazah's father-in-law because Yawitazah married Mr. Washington's daughter. Do you see that, guys? We got more. Check it out. Look at that. Twice throwing up the devil hand sign and the Freemason hand sign. You see that? The Masonic hand signs, guys. Where is Nubreed to talk about this? Where is Nubreed to address these issues, guys? Where is he? He's in hiding. Nubreed's boss, CEO. You see him right there? That's Donald Bradley. He's in the fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha. Look what it says about Alpha Phi Alpha. Alpha Phi Alpha and Freemasonry. Foundational connection. Early members of Alpha Phi Alpha often belong to both organizations. For example, Kelly, the first president of Alpha Phi Alpha's Alpha chapter, was also a 32nd degree Prince Hall Mason. Do you see that, guys? Do you see that? Let's go look at this. Boom. Again, that right there is Mr. Bradley and Mr. Washington. All of these men are surrounded Nubreed. Nubreed is a part of Planet Marketing. As you can see here, Nubreed is a gold builder of Planet Marketing. He is affiliated with the company. And not only that, guys, Nubreed took the pledge. We got all of those receipts. We're going to bring that out in another video. Do you understand me, guys? So when I bring up this information, man, I am telling you 100% with accuracy that Nubreed been compromised. He is not with the Most High. He's not with the Heavenly Father. He is surrounded by Freemasonry. He is surrounded by godly activity. Do you understand me? That is what he's around. And it doesn't make no sense, guys. It makes absolutely no sense that he's doing these things and people are sitting around acting like they don't understand. I just wanted that to be known for the people that just now joined the show. Let's get back to the content. Let's go.
Yeah. I respect the colors, bro. Like, I feel like a lot of people, I'm also wearing red. That's a coincidence. But I respect the colors. You know, colors are so powerful with the way we pay attention to things. Like blue, it makes you pay attention to like information and help you remember words. Red, it helps you remember emotions. Right.
But bro,
I would love to cut you off color streams. Like,
bro. 5 minutes though, bro. But you can join anytime, man. It's a lot of people in the queue. But yeah, good questions, bro.
I appreciate the colors, man. Keep up with the colors. I like that.
Most def. Peace.
Peace.
Remember, keep up with the colors. Let's go back to the video of Nubreed talking about colors. Let's go back to this, guys. Let's get to the colors and find out about those colors again. Let's go.
Sacred political significance, which ties to directly in today's day when you really look at it. See, in color, there's power, there's authority. Roman generals and emperors, they wore what? Red cloaks, right? To display what? Military power.
Hold on, let me do this because I want you to see that he's in red in that clip.
Enemies. See, blood of the arena is what red represents. In the gladiatory games, feature blood sacrifices in the Colosseums were symbolized by what? Red, symbolizing the life of public spectacle.
Wow.
Right? And spilling of blood, bloodletting. You know, the masses were entertained through blood sacrifices in ancient Roman culture. And so I'm telling you, we really gotta decipher the codes because they speak through their colors too, man. And once you become symbol literate, you can really see it. You know, the masses were entertained in the political arena as well. You know, we see that today. And also red pushes emotional energy, high levels of emotional energy.
And that's exactly what Nubreed had when he crashed out in all these videos. He was in all red, guys. Can't you see? Lightning bolts and all sorts of things flashing in the background. That's called crashing out. He's literally crashing out, guys. Let me see if I can do this real quick by zooming in. Let me see. See, if you look, guys, look at the background. Look at that. That's him crashing completely out. All red, lightning bolts, fire, all sorts of stuff, LED lights, red. That is what he's doing because he's crashing out. Let's go.
Rome and the beast, prophecy, scriptural. The Bible compares the end times Roman Empire as a scarlet red tapestry. So why do we keep getting this red, scarlet red? The Roman soldiers who crucified Christ were draped in red, symbolizing mockery, power through violence.
You see that? Power through violence. This man is very violent, guys, very violent.
Matter of fact, in Matthew 27 and 28, it reads, and they stripped him and put on a red scarlet robe.
So keep in mind, Nubreed is not teaching nothing. The man is full of crap. I don't know what the heck he's doing. He's not a biblical teacher, guys.
This is tied to Roman authority. This is tied to Roman authority, right?
So Nubreed must be of Roman authority because he's all in red and he's crashing out. Nobody puts on all red, set up a red light, and put lightning bolts in red on their TV screen. That is a man that's full of demons. That is a man that is crashing out and God is not in him. He lost his mind. Guys, wake up. Hit that like building. We hit that. I said, hit that like building, bro. Where my laughter tracks, bro? Hit the like button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. We got almost 300 people viewing, guys. Support the show. Support the show. I know I got a lot of Nubreed viewers over here sitting in the clouds, wondering what's going on. Come on in the building and hit the like button and support the show. That would mean 150 of you are nothing but haters because you're sitting in the clouds, not being active. Let's get back to the content. Let's go.
Got to understand that this is what the Romans always done. All right. This is what they always done. Yep. And you know, you see the symbolism. Like, you know, I personally agree that this is a satanic sign, and that's my opinion on the situation.
So he said it's a satanic sign, guys. Let me take this off the screen. Give me a minute. He said it's a satanic sign. So if he believed, let me do this thing. Let me lower this thing down a little bit so you can see it, because I don't think it's in the frame. Right? Now, as you can see, Charlie Kirk's wife is throwing up the hand sign. Right? Now, in context, the hand sign that she's throwing up means love, because that's love in sign language. Right? Nubreed said he don't care about that. He claimed it's the devil's hand sign. So if it's the devil's hand sign, what about Mr. Washington's hand sign on the left? That would be the devil's hand sign. Let's go.
And you know, you see the symbolism. Like, you know, I personally agree that this is a satanic sign, and that's my opinion on the situation. And
that's his opinion on the situation.
I have the right to believe what y'all want to believe, right? And
so it's clear, guys. It is crystal clear. Nubreed believe that that's the devil's hand sign. So what are the people going to say now? I brought out all the receipts, brought out all the data. We went in overtime today, putting out some content. It is what it is. I'm going to pretty much get me something to eat and go set up my computer. I got my new device. I'm going to hook that up on the computer and do what I need to do. So guys, what say you, man? Hey, leave it in the comments, man. When the video is over, light up those comments, bro. Light them up. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hype the video. YouTube have this new feature where you can hype the video that helps push the videos out to more people. Hype the videos, guys. Make sure you do that. Come into the comment section and light the comment section up. Leave comments. We need those comments to be in there so when people come by, they see activity. When they come by and they don't see no activity, they're like, well, nothing. I don't think nothing's going on here. It don't make no sense. I watched the video. I don't see nobody commenting. If the video was popping, you know, that's the only drawback with live streams. Everybody be in the live chat and they figure, well, I don't really need to comment because I already did in the live chat. Nah, fam, you got to be in the comment section. That's activity. That helps the platform. So that being said, guys, we're going to get up on out of here, do what we need to do. Hopefully this video was educational. It made you understand the truth about Nubreed. Again, look out for the documentary, guys. We have a lot to cover. Nubreed have a lot to answer for. If he's a man of God, why is he associated with men that throw up satanic hand signs? Why is Nubreed involved in this type of activity? We need to know why this is happening. Why Nubreed will never address the allegations. Why do he ignore the truth? Why is he associated with Greek fraternities? Why is he, affiliated with men that are in Alpha Phi Alpha when Nubreed made videos speaking against fraternities? So it's weird that Nubreed claimed he's a man of God. He's associated with men that throw up devil horns. He's associated with men that throw up Masonic hand signs. His boss is Donald Bradley. And for whatever reason, Nubreed is also a part of the Planet Marketing business, which recruits people, right? And yet he won't deal with these allegations. He ignores everything and he won't tell you about his business practices in recruiting people. Why Nubreed won't come on YouTube and say, hey guys, I recruit people. That's how I get paid. How come he don't do that? He won't tell you. He want to keep everything a secret. That's why we bring it out over here. So guys, we're going to get up on out of here. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. And you guys have a blessed one. If you like my videos, tell another person, hey man, you got to check out Ringo TV, bro. This dude is no joke, bro. No joke. And everything that we shared is in the public domain. It's all on public websites, open to the public. Anything that's open to the public is fair game. Fair use, fair game. So that being said, this is a very great educational video. Hope everybody have a blessed one. Appreciate everybody that stopped by, everybody that hit the like button. Even though we have some haters in the clouds that refuse to hit the like button, those are most likely Nubreed's viewers who are in transition because they're literally waking up, but they don't know because they're confused. They don't know if they should support me, even though the truth is there. So to you Nubreed followers, you have a choice to make. Are you following a man of God, or are you following an alleged Freemason? Choice is yours. I'm out. Peace.